We're about 40 miles south of Candlestick Point as we welcome you inside Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The kicker, Jake Moody's got it teed up, and we are underway now from Santa Clara. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Hurts throwing right away. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 16 yards on the game's first play and a quick first down. Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Here's Hurts to throw. That one out wide and intercepted. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy. It's not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
Purdy will set up to throw it here. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for second and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it third and manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
Here's 2nd and 10. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And some good running out of the gates as he takes this up to the 33. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They go play action here. Purdy. And trying to get it to Samuel, but it's intercepted. And the Eagles are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
Well, normally you see three tight ends in a formation. You have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or two towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. So a little tardy getting everyone set, and the clock hits 0 before they could snap it.
Yeah, you can take your time and use the clock and try and get set up, but once it gets near 5 seconds, that's when you often hear a quarterback yelling, hurry, hurry, to make sure everybody's ready to get the snap off.
The delay of game backs them up 5, 1st and 15. Throwing is Hurts. He delivers another to Goddard, complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. Brings up 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Hurts. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Fred Warner. Room here to run. And into the end zone. A pick 6.
Hello?
49er D as they score.
Hello, is it on?
What a response by that defensive unit, Charles, because they just saw their offense throw the interception. They come out there, not only get an interception of their own, but they take it back for the touchdown.
Oh, shit,
I
let's
won't
go.
sing it because no one wants to hear that, but perhaps in
Hello?
a case of anything you can do, I can do better between
Yeah.
these defenses. A lot of people came to expect the offense to light this game up, but so far, the defenses are stealing the show.
Hey, can you like be quiet with the breathing?
That pick 6, and now the kick is away.
Yeah.
And that's pretty good coverage
I wonder
by
if
the
my
kick
stuff will
team.
mute.
As they'll only be able to get this past the 15-yard line and no further. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one's mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Dickens. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
That was a crazy play right now. That was actually pretty cool.
Third down and 6. They go play action with Hurts. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So since that last play got nothing, they'll go ahead and decline the penalty, and that forces a 4th down situation. The Hurts not coming to the sideline. They're going to go for it. He'll try and throw for it here. And Hurts is intercepted, his third of the game.
Oh, shit. All right, bro. I think this is where we stop playing. I think this is where we end the game, bro. GG to you.
At the 37-yard line.
Hello?
I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off.
Hello?
They're shaking
So
a
you
little
mind
bit.
quitting?
That's 3 interceptions.
Hello?
And now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go.
God,
Hard to do when you're throwing this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted. Kind of a fine line when you're setting up a screen. You don't want to throw it too early to have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late. And that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
Up the gut, McCaffrey.
No way.
This one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. How to approach this. 3rd down and 16 yards to go. Purdy off the play fake. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Zach Bond with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long, why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Fucking
they're silly, and it leads to a play-action sack. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone.
Way too much power. Way too.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. From the gun, it's
Are they picking like this same player for me?
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Wow, that's 4 picks, but he do gotta play.
And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
Well, there was 4 interceptions, and I only have 7 points.
Interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ball game.
I think if you're looking at the stats
But yeah, I'm gonna
now,
start scoring some points.
you're
So we're
saying,
gonna
all right,
put
who's
this
the
guy
leading
away.
receiver? Well, can you flip it around and say that maybe he is and could be for the game the way that things are going right now? I think if it's him, he wants to be on the field at all times.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Christian McCaffrey, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Niners are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
Moody good with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
Second and 10. Play action. Here's Hurts. And he comes back with one complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And a nice job by the two of them to not only connect on the pitch and the catch, but to carry over their practice work to the game field. They saw the adjustment by the defense, made an adjustment themselves, and picked up the first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Off the play fake. Here's Hurts. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. Now a 2nd and 10. Brown the motion man right. A fake on the jet sweep as they'll go play action with Hurts. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because that incompletion's on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Hurts sets up to throw it. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And the Niners are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ballgame, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
2nd down and a little more than a yard here. Throwing here, Purdy. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Purdy now to throw off the play action. Open man is Jerron Jennings. And inside the 20 before timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Purdy will look to throw again here. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Now